Welcome back, Short Kings. The last chance to play only gives you a month's notice, so these prediction videos give you a 2-week head start, 3 weeks for channel members. But since we just celebrated 10k subscribers, we're gonna give everyone a sneak peek of what it looks like to be a channel member, which means you're gonna get an extra week. So in this very special 10k version of the prediction video, you're gonna get a 7-week notice on which games are leaving instead of the usual 4 you get from PlayStation. So the last chance to play games for December have been officially announced. And last month's prediction video predicted 1, 2, 3, 4. We got half of them right. Let me quickly remind you that not all games mentioned today are gonna be leaving. Some games we've even had for over 3 years. This is just a pool of games from which they could leave. So with that out of the way, let's go back in time to January 2025. So for all the short attention span kings, we're gonna do the very quick version because you guys love that. So let's go. The huge one for January was God of War Ragnarok. Then we got Like a Dragon, Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, Atlas Fallen, Reign of Sand, SD Gundam, Battle Alliance, Sayonara Wild Hearts, this is the shortest game, only 2 hours, Anno Mutationem, Orcs Must Die 3, Citizen Sleeper, and Poker Club. And for premium from 2025, we had Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings, and Medieval. From January of 2024, we had Lego City Undercover, Session, Skate Sim, and Surviving the Aftermath. The funny thing about this one is this one's already leaving this month. So this is the first time we've seen a 23-month contract. So weird. And from premium from 2024, we had Rallycross and Star Wars The Phantom Menace. And just to cover our bases, let's go to 6 months ago. We got Cyberpunk 2077. Let's hope this one doesn't leave because it's 100 hours long. Abiotic Factor, which was a day 1 drop. Banishers Ghost of New Eden. Bluey the Video Game. Planet Zoo. Risk of Rain 2. Tropico 6. And New World Aeternum. These games usually don't leave unless it's like Rockstar games, but I'm covering them just in case. If you enjoyed the short version of the list and a YouTuber uncharacteristically front-loading the content to not waste your time, all I ask for return is to drop a like for the algo so other people can see this. And also give me those hype points. I don't really know what they do, but I want them. So let's jump to the 1-year contracts from January of 2025. God of War Ragnarok brings us back to Kratos and Atreus. It's an intimate journey wrapped inside a massive Norse apocalypse. It's brutal and emotional. If you've played the first one, you know what to expect here when it comes to gameplay. The combat is a bit faster, heavier, and more varied. The axe and the blades feel better than ever. New abilities keep the combat fresh. And the puzzles are smarter, exploration is deeper, and each realm feels like its own mini adventure. But if you're playing this, you want to know what happens with the story after the last one because they kind of left us on a cliffhanger. Its themes are about fate, family, and the weight of your choices. Kratos tries again to guide Atreus without repeating his past mistakes, while Atreus wrestles his own demons with destiny and identity. If you enjoyed God of War 2018, Horizon, or The Last of Us, you know what you're in for. This is PlayStation at its best. Huge cinematic moments blended with quiet human scenes that give the world weight. 1 minute you're having a heartfelt conversation, the next you're battling a literal god. These PlayStation Studio titles are a must-play. These are what makes the Xbox fans jealous. Personally, I'm gonna play this one, not because it's leaving, because I don't think it will, but because I got it at launch with the PS5 and I still haven't beat it yet. So the question is, are you gonna be playing it? Or did you already beat Ragnarok because we've had it for almost a year now? If anybody tells you the games on PS Plus suck, just point them to this one. Like a Dragon, Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name is quite the mouthful. So Yakuza fans, just call this Gaiden. This is a really neat game if you're caught up to the series, because it fills the gap between Yakuza 6 and Yakuza Like a Dragon. So at the end of 6, spoilers warning, he fakes his own death. Everyone thinks Kiryu is dead, but Ryuga Gotoku wasn't going to stop making games. So the next game released, we played as a brand new character. Not only that, but he was also turn-based. So color me shocked when, in this new game, Kiryu shows up. It was an epic moment and all the fans were wondering how. So this game answers that question, because we see things from Kiryu's point of view. The gameplay brings back that classic beat-em-up combat that fans miss from the older Yakuza games. The story is shorter than usual, but it is sharp. These games usually have epic, long dramas. But what makes these games really long and cross into the threshold of a 100-hour game are the ton of mini-games and activities you get to do in these cities. And this game brings back some fan favorites. I beat this one about 3 months ago and learned that after completion, there is a 10-hour demo of the brand new game, Infinite Wealth. I'm hoping that game comes to Extra next year, but until then, you can get a head start using the demo because your save file will be saved. So those are the two big games. And instead of going chronologically and talking about games that I'm not interested in, we're just going to talk about the short games right now because that's what the channel focuses on. And this is one of the shortest games on the catalog. You can beat Sayonara Wild Hearts in under 2 hours. It is a fast, stylish rhythm adventure about heartbreak, healing, and finding yourself again. It's really unique. The only thing I could compare it to are those half-pipe levels from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Remember the ones where you collect the coins to get the gems? The gameplay is simple and fluid. You dodge obstacles, collect hearts, and time button presses to the music. 1 minute you're speeding through the city in your convertible, and the next you're sword fighting while on a motorcycle. It is a crazy pop music video, and the narrator is none other than Queen Latifah. It is a surreal skateboarding dream. Just give it a shot for 10 minutes. If you don't like it, whatever. You only lost an hour of your time. The other short game I want to talk about is Citizen Sleeper. It is not as short. It will take you about 10 hour-ish to beat and 13 hours to platinum. But if you like Disco Elysium, this is going to be right up your alley. Citizen Sleeper is a narrative, tabletop-inspired RPG. You control the outcomes of the game through your dice rolls. The story is about you being a corporate-owned android who's escaped to a space station to the edge of civilization. Your android body is deteriorating because they own it, so you are hunted by the corporation that created you. Every morning you wake up, you get a number of dice rolls. How many dice rolls depends on how healthy you are. You get to use your dice rolls on working jobs, exploring districts, helping people, or just scraping together enough resources to stay alive. You're constantly balancing risk and reward. You can choose to do a job safely by spending a high die, like 6. But that 6 die might have been useful on a different quest that was about avoiding your captors. But if you spent a low dice on the job, then you hurt yourself and have less dice to spend the next day. It doesn't look like much, but the story is the heart of the game. It's part visual novel, part strategy, and part survival sim. Session Skate Sims is the Dark Souls of skateboarding games. It has a very steep learning curve, and that's probably why it has such a bad rating. Personally, this is my favorite bad game I've played. To give you an idea of what to expect, in the Tony Hawk games, you just press X to jump. In the new free-to-play skate game, you do an ollie by holding down and then pressing up on the right analog stick. So the right stick simulates what your feet can do, and the left stick controls your direction. But in Session Skate Sim, we turn it up a notch. The right stick is your right leg, and the left stick is your left leg. So to do an ollie in Sessions, you have to hold down the right stick, because that's your right leg, and flick up on the left stick, because that's your left leg, because that's how you do an ollie in real life. This makes the game infinitely harder for you, especially if the only skateboarding game you've played is Tony Hawk. Whereas a kickflip is so basic there, over here, if you actually manage to land a kickflip, you'll be celebrating. And celebrating in style. Because not only is Sessions a skateboarding sim, it is also a skateboard filming sim. The amount of controls in the filming side of things is insane. If we go to the subreddit right now, you'll see videos that will blow your mind. They seem like real life. It's definitely worth a try just to get used to the clunky controls, because even if you suck at it, the bails are so funny to watch. The ragdoll physics are hilarious and make all the fails seem not as bad. You can even unlock extra modes where you could do Caspers. I know it's not for everyone, but it's definitely worth talking about, especially since Skate is out right now and all the hype. But if that free-to-play game is too arcadey for you, you'll be happy here. I'm not going to do every game on the list because that's going to be like a 30-minute video. So the last game I want to talk about is Anno Mutationem. This is a cyberpunk action adventure hack and slasher, and it looks so cool. It's so unique looking. It's got this anime vibe. It's a weird blend of 2D and 3D, because when you're exploring the main hub cities, you navigate in a 3D environment. This is where you talk to NPCs, you take side quests, and even have odd jobs like bartending, you upgrade gear and do all your crafting. But then when it goes to the combat, we switch to 2D. When you enter dungeons or fight sequences, the game seamlessly shifts to a 2D side-scrolling perspective. The combat is fast and fluid, using quick swords, double blades, heavy attacks to break enemy shields, and also ranged weapons. As far as the story goes, you're a highly skilled lone wolf on a personal quest to find your brother. This quest pulls you into a web of dark conspiracies involving sinister megacorporations, mysterious fringe groups, and a bizarre, almost metaphysical condition that grants you powerful combat abilities, but also threatens her control. It's not really a short game, but if you like the style, it's unlike like anything you've played recently. Alright, and to power through the last titles, Orcs Must Die 3 is basically Plants vs. Zombies. You prevent enemy hordes from reaching your objective. You strategically place traps before the wave starts. The orcs follow predetermined paths, which you must block or turn into a deadly maze. And you earn in-game currency, which is used to upgrade traps. Sounds a lot like Plants vs. Zombies, but here's the difference. In PvZ, once the zombies start moving, you are a passive observer. But in Orcs Must Die 3, it's an action tower defense hybrid. You're actively running, shooting, and swinging your sword. So it's not exactly the same. Atlas Fallen is a sand-surfing action RPG, third-person hack-and-slash, semi-open world. The combat is fast and fluid, and you use shape-shifting weapons made of sand, like a giant hammer. Outside of combat, you explore the desert world by sand-surfing, and using your power to raise buried structures. The entire campaign is playable in seamless drop-in, drop-out co-op. LEGO City Undercover is just GTA for kids. It's one of the best rated LEGO games. It has a fun story. It's like an action movie, but for kids. The LEGO games usually don't leave, so I wouldn't worry about this too much. SD Gundam Battle Alliance is another action RPG hack-and-slash co-op multiplayer. You fight waves of enemies in close arenas. The combat is combo-focused, featuring light attacks, heavy attacks, ranged weapons, and 2 unique special attacks per suit. It requires active dodging and parrying. The whole game is designed to be played in online co-op with up to 2 other players, though it is solo-friendly, if a bit grindy. Anyways, that's it. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I got a lot of videos to get through this month, but we did it. We actually did cover every game, even though those last few were in rapid fire mode, but I have a feeling you'd prefer that. So thanks again for 10k subscribers. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch the channel trailer. It is cringy, it is funny, it is heartfelt. It is something you don't expect from a gaming channel, that's for sure. If you do decide to become a member, not only will you always get a 3-week head start to the last chance to play games, but you also get access to our spreadsheets. These keep track of almost 400 games on a PS Plus Extra catalog, with their corresponding Metacritic scores and also how long to beat times. And as a bonus, the last chance to play games show up as a different color. So yes, it will cost you the same price as a cheap coffee from a gas station, but also it saves you hours of work that I put into it, so you don't have to do it yourself. Anyway, that's it for the video. Until next time, be a friend, and I'll see you again.